Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Boruto episode 61. This is my second recording today of Boruto. I'm getting a couple episodes done in case I get sick, so that way while I'm sick I can spend that time editing and stuff like that, so all I'm doing really tonight is recording. But yeah, so I just got done watching the last episode, and it was the fight between Shinki and Mitsuki, which Mitsuki ended up giving up because he wasn't able to use his Sage mode. And then it was the fight between Sarada and Araya, and Sarada ended up winning, even though it was actually a pretty close match. I was looking forward to seeing what Araya had to offer. We got a good display of him before he lost, so that was pretty cool and everything. And now we're moving into the finals. That is three people, so I don't know how they're going to structure this. I talked about that in a bit, like a bit of theories I had for the structure in my discussion, but I guess we might find out this episode, so I am kind of looking forward to that, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Alrighty, so for you full-lengthers, we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, that's not what I was supposed to click. Okay, so we get a little bit of recap. Seemed like a pretty strong thing, and she said last episode that it wasn't even very good. Yep, and then Mitsuki give it up. Maita. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so it looks like whatever's happening, Boruto is possibly up first. They're all in the ring. It might be a 1v1v1 like I thought. And intro. Yep, I saw that coming. Alrighty, minimize this because I'm not watching the intro. Boom. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Take a sip of my water. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. I almost brought the episode back up again. I did that last time too. I don't know. I don't know why I keep almost doing that. Do do do. So this should be interesting. If it's a 1v1v1, I wonder if Sarada and Boruto are going to team up on Shinki, possibly, and then fight each other. Since they're from the same village. Alrighty. Well, crap. That episode title. Alright. So it is, like, just free-for-all between the three. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I was worried about with a 1v1v1. The Leaf Village can team up. Doesn't seem really fair for Shiki, but... Alright. Alright. Nice. Oh, damn. Is he imbuing lightning style into his sand? Damn. Hmm. Damn. Goes pretty quick. Oh, that was cool. Shinky is pretty damn good. I feel like that, yep, wasn't enough to stop it. Damn. Stringy thing? I mean, okay. They they can't tell that's electricity? Yeah, it did nothing. Well, he dropped it on purpose to fake an opening. Hmm. Alright. That was pretty cool. But useless. Yep. Damn. Uh-oh. No, Sarada! Yeah, Boruto. I'm just kidding. Coming from the Kage that doesn't have any members left in the fight. Hmm. Interesting. He seems like he's almost trying to, like... Oh, jeez. Hmm. I don't know. Alright, I guess that was enough. Okay, okay, cool. But I think Mitsuki saw his device on his wrist. He reacted when he raised his arm up, and you could see it. Oh, jeez. Wings? Ooh, that looks so cool. Mmm. Sand feathers. You got this, Sarada? Oh no, she's marked. Yep, they're all gonna lock onto her. Crap. Oh jeez. They didn't actually, like, pierce her or anything. Oh, damn. That's not good. Yep, I think Sarada's done. Damn. Well, now it's just up to Boruto to use his device and win, I guess. Poor Sarada. I mean, he did have a rough childhood, it seemed like, but once Gara took him in, he grew up under a Kage too. Ooh. I'm kind of surprised Boruto's still doing his own jutsus. Taking it on head on. I don't know if that's the best way. Lightning is his stronger nature. We found that out last episode. Oh. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I'm guessing he's gonna use the device now. That was a cool shot, though. Obviously not cool for Boruto, but just like the symbolism there. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, jeez. Damn. Oof. Holy crap. Is that enough to win, though? I mean, obviously he cheated to do it, but did his cheating at least end up in a win? He seems like he might be done. Alright, Boruto won. Cheated, but won. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's gonna be people questioning that now. Possibly. Damn. You might want to raise the other arm, not the one you have that device on. Ah, he knows. He knows. For sure. Yum. Gara might know too. Uh-oh. Is he gonna pull his sleeve up like right now? Oh, jeez. Yum. Damn. And there it is. Damn. Uh-oh, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna hijack the screen, possibly? No, maybe not. Yeah, I saw this coming. Yeah. Damn. Uh, Freaking Mitsuki, so indifferent. Wow. Hmm. Oh, jeez. Here it is. Oh boy. Jeez. Oh god, he reveals his true nature. Here it is. Oh shit. And here they are. Oh crap. Oh no! Oh, I thought it might be a cliffhanger episode, but I didn't think it'd be this! Oh, crap. Do 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 All right. That happened. Do 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 do. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 61, and damn. Wow, okay, so that's how that episode ended, and now since I watched ahead of time, it might be 2 weeks until I watch another episode, although it might not be. I might be doing another episode next week and just releasing. Yeah, I'll probably be doing another episode next week anyway, so this is kind of like the last two. I think that the way this will work is the last two episodes will be the early ones, and then this one will be getting me back on track, and we'll be back to where I would have been if I didn't have that sick week before. Um, Either way, this episode was very good, regardless of how that else works out. Obviously, not a fan of Boruto cheating, and honestly, might be bad to say, but I didn't even really feel too bad for him. I felt like he essentially got what he deserved, and I'm kind of glad it happened in front of everybody, in a sense, because that would have been like it like if Naruto would have like chastised him in private, I feel like that wouldn't have had the effect that this had on him, right? So I guess before we jump into too much of that ending bit, I guess I called it on the 1v1v1, which is pretty cool. That was the only thing I could really think of as being like the logical choice. But it seems so unfair because obviously the people from the same village are going to team up and then deal with each other after, right? Obviously, it didn't get all the way that far because Sarada got knocked out first, so they didn't have to worry about fighting afterwards. And it ended up being Shinki is strong enough to handle 2v1, really, without, if Boruto didn't cheat, Shinki most likely would have won. But, I don't know. Well, hell, Boruto wouldn't even have made it this far if he wasn't cheating, so it's gonna be interesting. They talked about how they're gonna reevaluate the fight, like reevaluate everything up until now. So I wonder how that's gonna work. I wonder if uh Shikadai might get a higher ranking because he should have won and stuff like that, I don't know if they're gonna go that far back or if they're just gonna reevaluate the final result, but yeah, that purple lightning was enough for people to realize that Boruto doesn't have that level of skill yet. And Naruto noticed, and Gaara seemed to be suspicious. Maybe Gaara knew, but just didn't want to say anything because it wasn't his place, you know. And I felt like there might have been another person that had like a suspicious look on their face. I know that we saw Mitsuki at one point when Boruto like raised his arm. He kind of noticed the device. And I love how Mitsuki's so indifferent about everything, right? Like, everybody else is booing Naruto, everybody's mad at him, even his friends, except Mitsuki is sitting there, like, smiling, like, what are you gonna do now? Like, he's so indifferent, and I love it. I love, like, the way his character plays out. It's so interesting how it's not that Mitsuki doesn't have emotions, he just doesn't get bothered by things as easily, I think is the best way to say that, Like, obviously a lot of people are disgusted at the fact that Boruto cheated, but Mitsuki isn't really disgusted, he doesn't really care, he's just, like, more interested to see how Boruto handles the situations that Boruto gets himself into, But, man, I guess to talk about Shinki a little bit, Shinki is super strong, like, that's insane for his age. I think he's either the same year as Boruto or maybe like 1 year older, possibly because I know you don't have to take the tuning exams right away. Um, but I'm assuming he's the same year as Boruto, and he is that strong, which is crazy. He annihilated Sarada, and then would have annihilated Boruto, but obviously with the cheating. But his two fists that are controlled by, using lightning to create like an electromagnetic field or however they explained it is interesting. Um, the wings are really cool, although I don't know how he can fly. I guess, well, I guess he can make the sand hover, right? So technically, I don't think the wings function as actual wings that make him fly. I think it's just that he can control the sand to lift his own body up, essentially, kind of like Gaara could make like a platform of sand and then fly with it, We've seen him do that a few times in the Naruto series. I don't think we've seen it at all this series yet, but we haven't really seen Gaara actually, like, do much, I don't think, other than, like, pulling that fishing rod out of his arm using, like, the help of his sand and stuff. Or, not his arm, his chest. Um, but, regardless of all that, I think that's how he was. I was wondering how he was able to fly, because I was too focused on the wing part. I was like, wouldn't that iron sand be extremely heavy? That wouldn't really allow him to fly, and it's not like he's using the electromagnetic field to, like, if you have, like, the two ends of a magnet that repel each other, it's not like he's doing that off the ground because the ground isn't metal, But I think it's just that he's, kind of like how he's able to, like how he held the clone of Mitsuki up in the air with his sand. He's able to do that stuff and just lift himself. So I guess I looked too deep into it just because of the wings. I was like, too focused on that aspect. But I think that's just like a thing that he likes to do. Like, I don't think he would have had to make the wings. I think he could have made himself float like that, even while holding, like, even having the two fists or whatever. I think just the cloak that is on him would have been enough to make him float, and then he's able to do whatever else out from that. But yeah. Anyways, the whole, like, feather thing, too, I thought that really looked cool. The sand feathers, and how he did the whole tracking thing that he did to Mitsuki on Sarada as well. That was pretty cool. It was that, like, it's hard because I obviously know they're not going to kill Sarada in, like, a tournament like this, right? So I didn't have that much of a reaction when he stabbed all those feathers into her, because they made it seem super dramatic, but I obviously knew they weren't, like, piercing her and she was gonna be, like, Swiss cheese by the end of that, but they made it, like, way more dramatic than I felt like it needed to be, and that's why I wasn't like, oh no, Sarada's gonna die, like, stuff like that, but anyway, but that slam into the wall, I was like, damn, that actually was something that looked like it could have hurt. And I guess it was fitting for Sarada to lose that way, since she won that way before by slamming someone into the wall. So, I guess it's very poetic in a way. But, yeah, I mean, I think that sums up majority of what I have to say about the two fights. To get into the ending bit, like I said towards the beginning of this, I'm actually happy the way it turned out. I don't... So I felt a very, very tiny bit bad for Boruto, just because they did a very good job of animating his, like, sad face, obviously I still feel a little bad for him. But the fact, like, the majority of my feelings is that he's finally getting what he deserves, because he kind of got himself into this situation, right? Like, he's the one that chose to, he's the one that chose all this. No one, like, forced him. Even the scientist guy didn't even coerce him that hard. Like, I don't remember the scientist guy really manipulating Boruto all that much into doing what he did. It was mainly just Boruto's choice to take the easy way, just like the video games he was playing where he likes to cheat. And, he said, if I have an easy way to get there, why not do it, Why work hard for something that I can get right away by doing this cheat? And that same kind of ideal is what made him take that bracelet and start using it and everything. He got himself into this situation, so I think it's only fitting that he pays the consequences now. And obviously, I feel like they're not going to make us go through the academy again. I feel like he's going to be temporarily suspended from being a shinobi. When Naruto took his headband and said, "You're disqualified from being a shinobi," I believe his words were. I think he's gonna get it back somehow. Obviously, I mean, unless they do a time skip of him going through the academy again, right? But then he wouldn't have that same three-man team anymore. I assume that Sarada and Mitsuki would have to, get their own team going, fill in another person, or somehow that would work out. But they obviously wouldn't wait like a whole nother year or however long it takes for, Boruto to go through the academy again, if he would even be allowed to go through the academy again. So obviously he's gonna somehow get his headband back. Maybe they're gonna think less of this whole situation after they deal with the Otutsuki, because we know the Otutsuki showed up. So now basically everything that Scientist was about to do is a moot point, because we're about to have a massive fight on our hands. And then afterwards, maybe he'll do something during this fight to redeem himself. Maybe he'll, or like I said, maybe just after the whole Otutsuki business, they'll be like, well, you know what, this tournament seems silly now. There's still going to be repercussions for your actions, of course, but we're not going to take away your shinobi status, either way, something I feel like is going to happen that gets his shinobi status back, right? Um, but man, that was like I was enjoying I was weirdly enjoying the fact that Boruto got caught, that whole scene, Naruto confronting him in front of everybody, talking about the scientific ninja tool, and then the scientist showing up, revealing his true colors, like just devastating Boruto even more, which sucks for Boruto and everything, but also trying to convince all the different villages to use his device. And then on top of all of this nonsense happening, the friggin' Otutsuki show up. And, oh man, so we're about to have... I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna be the Kages are all gonna fight too against these guys. And, Sasuke's around as well, I'm sure. So this is gonna be super interesting. I wonder how this is gonna play out. How are they gonna do these fights is something that's gonna be very interesting to me, because we've had we've had good moments where the old characters come into shine, but I feel like in this, this is something I've been interested in since they tease the Otutsuki people, is depending on when they do this fight, I feel like it's gonna drive the attention away from the kids. Even if they focus on the kids' point of view a lot, I still feel like it's gonna be I feel like the adults need to handle this, right? Like maybe Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki can help out a bit, and possibly the other shinobi that fought in the Chunin exams would be fighting too. I'm sure Shinki wouldn't just sit out and be like, this isn't my village, I don't care. Especially if Gaara is fighting as well. Shinki would definitely jump in, I'm sure. But I feel like in the end, it's not gonna be, Boruto or Mitsuki or Sarada that defeat one of these Otutsuki people, right? Because of how strong they are. So I feel like that's gonna lead our attention away from our main cast of characters a bit and focus more on the old Naruto crew, which I'm personally okay with, but it's an interesting choice for a show that is supposed to be, obviously they give some attention to the old characters and everything, but I'm just curious how they're gonna do this. I'm sure they have a way. I'm sure I'm gonna like it regardless, because honestly, I have no problem with seeing, Naruto, Gaara, Sasuke, Sakura, all of them jumping into the fray and getting into some good fights again and seeing them all in action. I'd absolutely love that. I'm just wondering if there's... I assume anybody that's watching Boruto enjoyed the Naruto series, right? I feel like there's probably not many people, if any, that would have been like, oh, I wasn't a fan of Naruto, but I'll give Boruto a shot, and end up really liking Boruto more than they like Naruto, and then they get to this arc and they're like, oh, it's all about Naruto, I hate this crap, I don't know. But I'm just really curious how they're gonna go about this fight coming up. I'm assuming it's gonna be a fight. I mean, it would suck if they, this is something that I didn't even want to consider until just now, but it would suck if this was something where they were so powerful, they overpowered everybody, and just took the Nine Tails out of Naruto and he dies, and the village loses Naruto. I don't even want to fathom that possibility, because I absolutely love Naruto, and watching him die would kill me. But it would also give Boruto some of, how I've said in some of the other videos for Boruto that I don't relate to Boruto too much. His story, he's essentially he's the spoiled brat of the Hokage that I don't really... I understand where he comes from with everything that he complains about with, Naruto not being there enough and everything. I get it, but I just don't relate to it, I don't sympathize with him as much as I could. And Naruto dying especially if it happens without them being able to resolve anything. Like, if they're still in this like bad state where Naruto views him as a cheater, Boruto would have to live with that if Naruto ends up dying, and that would really drive Boruto's story to an interesting place for me. But it would be at the expense of losing a character that I absolutely love, so I absolutely do not want that to happen. But I just had to say it because that's another possibility where this fight might not even really take place. We might see a very small skirmish where they completely overpower, the Leaf Village and, the Kage and anybody else that fights, and they just take the Nine Tails, Naruto dies, and that pushes Boruto's story to a new height of giving him a purpose to become stronger, because this, shinobi device that he's been cheating with isn't enough to take on the Otutsuki, and he's going to be like, okay, I just need to become stronger, and I need to take vengeance for what you did to my dad, and that could be a very interesting storyline. It might feel a little bit reminiscent of Sasuke a bit with the whole vengeance aspect, but I still think it would be a very compelling storyline. Uh, I want it to happen, but I don't want it to happen. Crap. I don't know though. There's other ways they could drive Boruto's storyline though, for sure. But yeah. I'm also still wondering if B is alive or not. We haven't had, any full confirmation of his death or not yet, so that's something I look forward to finding out, but I'm sure that's not going to be until the aftermath of this fight. I'm sure there might be some kind of word about it, if they have a message sent to the village, after all this fighting and everything, saying that B died or whatever. I have no idea, but yeah, guys, it's gonna be probably I just watched 2 episodes, so it's gonna be another week or 2 before I watch it again, and I'm already wanting to watch another episode, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna leave it here, leave myself on a cliffhanger, and keep myself, excited and thinking about this, but I think that pretty much sums up everything I have to say about this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. If you guys want to support the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also check the description for a link to my Patreon, where you can become a patron, and by doing that, you support me and my channel, and I very much appreciate it, as well as getting some benefits yourself, which are early access, so, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can see the next episode right now by checking that out, and then also, full length, where you can watch the entire episode without me cutting anything out. So if you notice that, some of your favorite parts are cut out, by becoming a patron, you can, watch the entire episode with me, so. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.